Welcome back to State Quarter. Today, we're talking about a top 10 most valuable Washington quarter that might seem ordinary in your pocket, but in high grade, it can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Most people don't know its real value, but I'll show you why serious collectors are hunting for it. Stick around and don't forget to subscribe. This little coin could hold big money. Let's moving on. First up, the 1776 to 1976 United States Bicentennial Quarter, a coin that captures the heart of a nation's proud legacy in a single, shimmering piece of silver-clad metal. This isn't just any quarter, it's a tribute minted specifically for the Bicentennial, blending the familiar profile of George Washington on one side with a revolutionary drummer boy on the other, symbolizing the rhythm of freedom that echoed through the colonies. The drummer, poised with his stick raised high against a backdrop of 13 stars representing the original states, reminds us of the young soldiers who marched into battle, their hearts full of hope and defiance. Crafted by the Denver Mint, marked with that subtle D just below Washington's neck, this coin emerged from a facility steeped in the Wild West's gold rush history, where mountains of or were transformed into currency that fueled the growing nation. Denver's Mint, opened in the late 1800s amid Colorado's rugged peaks, became a powerhouse of production during the 1970s, churning out millions of these quarters to meet the demand of a country eager to commemorate its milestone. Yet, amid this massive output, something extraordinary happened. Most of these coins entered everyday circulation, jingling in pockets, passing through vending machines, and wearing down from the touch of countless hands, telling stories of daily life in a post-Vietnam-era America. They traveled from coast to coast, witnessing economic shifts, cultural revolutions, and the simple joys of ice cream cones or bus fares, but only a precious few escaped the grind and scathe, preserved in pristine condition by those with a foresight for history's treasures. What makes this particular D-Mint Bicentennial quarter so rare isn't just its age, but the flawless state it demands. Out of the billions produced, high-grade examples are like finding a needle in a haystack, their surfaces untouched by scratches, their luster as bright as the day they were struck. Collectors are drawn to this rarity like moths to a flame, driven by a deep-seated passion that goes beyond mere investment. It's about owning a tangible link to America's revolutionary spirit, a piece that evokes the emotions of unity and resilience in turbulent times. The psychology here is fascinating for many. Holding this coin stirs a sense of belonging to something greater, a community of enthusiasts who trade stories at conventions, poring over magnification glasses to appreciate every minute detail, from the drummer's intricate uniform folds to the precise edging that speaks of masterful craftsmanship. And it's precisely these top-grade specimens that command such attention in the market, where discerning buyers recognize that perfection in preservation translates to unparalleled worth, reflecting not just monetary value, but the enduring narrative of a nation's journey. In fact, a high-grade example of this 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial quarter with the D-Mint mark can fetch an impressive $275,000, a figure that underscores the premium placed on its unblemished beauty and historical resonance. As you consider adding such a gem to your collection, remember that its true power lies in the scarcity that time has bestowed, ensuring that demand from passionate collectors will only grow, safeguarding its legacy as a beacon of American pride for generations to come. Next up, the 1966 Washington quarter without a mint mark stands as a quiet enigma in the vast tapestry of U.S. currency, its unassuming facade hiding a story of innovation and oversight that captivates anyone who delves into its origins. On the front, George Washington's stoic gaze looks out with the same dignified poise as always, his hair tied back in that classic queue. But flip it over and you're greeted by the heraldic eagle, wings spread wide in a display of strength, clutching arrows and an olive branch that symbolize the delicate balance of war and peace, a design rooted in the artistry of John Flanagan, who captured the essence of American resolve back in the 1930s. This coin hails from the Philadelphia Mint, the birthplace of U.S. coinage, since 1792, a historic site along the Delaware River where skilled artisans have forged money through wars, depressions, and booms. But in 1966, amid a silver shortage that prompted a shift to clad compositions, some quarters slipped out without the usual mint identifier, creating an accidental rarity that echoes the era's haste and adaptation. These unmarked quarters didn't stay hidden for long. They dove straight into the stream of commerce, circulating through diners, gas stations, and corner stores during a decade marked by moon landings, civil rights marches, and the vibrant pulse of rock and roll, bearing the faint imprints of a society's rapid transformation until collectors began to notice their absence of a mark as something special. The tale of their scarcity unfolds like a detective novel, with only a handful surviving in immaculate form amid the wear and tear of daily use, their edges sharp and fields mirror-like, a testament to the fleeting nature of perfection in a world of constant motion. For collectors, this coin taps into a profound emotional core. It's not just about rarity, but the thrill of the hunt, the rush of discovering a piece that defies the odds, sparking conversations in dimly lit auction halls where enthusiasts share the joy of piecing together history's puzzles, analyzing every feather on the eagle or curl in Washington's hair under soft lights. This psychological pull explains why elite examples draw such fervent interest. They represent a victory over time itself, embodying the values of patience, knowledge, and appreciation that turns simple metal into cherished heirlooms, commanding prices that reflect their status as crown jewels in any portfolio. Indeed, a top-grade 1966 Washington quarter without a mint mark can realize a remarkable $285,000, affirming its place among the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. In the end, embracing this coin means embracing a legacy of enduring scarcity and unwavering collector fervor, a silent promise that its value will resonate through the ages, drawing ever more admirers to its timeless allure. Next up, the 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark invites you to pause and reflect on a pivotal chapter in America's monetary story, a time when the nation grappled with soaring demand for coins amid rising silver prices and shifting economic tides. In the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision to remove mint marks from circulating coins between 1965 and 1967, a strategic move designed to curb hoarding and speculation that had threatened to drain supplies of everyday currency. This policy meant every 1967 quarter, whether born in the historic halls of Philadelphia, the bustling Denver facility, or the precision-focused San Francisco operation, emerged identical on the surface, lacking any telltale P, D, or S to reveal its birthplace. The front proudly displays John Flanagan's enduring portrait of George Washington, his expression calm and resolute, hair flowing in gentle waves, with liberty arching above and the date below. While the reverse showcases the proud eagle perched with outstretched wings, arrows in one talon and olive branch in the other, embodying the dual promise of defense and peace that has defined the Republic since its founding. These quarters rolled off the presses in staggering numbers. Over 1.5 billion struck, fueling the cash registers of a booming post-war economy, sliding into payphones, buying sodas at drive-ins, and marking the small transactions of daily life during an era of civil rights strides, space race triumphs, and the vibrant counterculture awakening. They circulated relentlessly, absorbing the nicks and scratches of pocket change, the patina of handling in bustling supermarkets and corner markets, carrying the fingerprints of ordinary Americans who never imagined their pocket money held hidden potential. Yet in that vast sea of production, a tiny fraction survived in flawless, gem-like condition, their copper-nickel-clad surfaces gleaming with original mint luster, every fine line of Washington's profile and feather detail on the eagle crisp and untouched by time or wear. This extreme preservation turns an otherwise common coin into a numismatic marvel, where rarity emerges not from low mintage, but from the improbable survival of perfection against decades of use. Collectors feel a profound connection here. It's the quiet excitement of uncovering something overlooked, the emotional rush of holding a piece that bridges the gap between the turbulent 1960s and today's appreciation for heritage, fueling late-night discussions at coin shows about strike quality, luster, and the subtle artistry that makes one example stand head and shoulders above the rest. That deep-seated drive to possess not just metal, but a flawless snapshot of history drives the intense competition among serious enthusiasts who seek only the absolute finest grades, where every microscopic imperfection has been avoided. Such elite preservation naturally elevates these coins to extraordinary heights in the marketplace, where a top-grade 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark commands a confident $195,000, reflecting the premium that true rarity and historical significance command. Ultimately, this coin's enduring appeal rests in its quiet scarcity amid abundance, a lasting testament to American ingenuity and resilience that continues to inspire unwavering demand from collectors who cherish its place in the nation's unfolding story for years ahead. Next up, the 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark, a modest yet captivating piece struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the cradle of American coinage, where tradition meets relentless production. Without the familiar D or S to mark its origin, this coin quietly joined the ranks of Philadelphia issues that, until 1980, bore no identifier at all, blending seamlessly into the flood of change that defined clad coinage in the post-silver era. George Washington's dignified profile gazes forward on the obverse, etched with the same timeless elegance Flanagan envisioned decades earlier, "In God We Trust," curving above like a steadfast vow, while the reverse eagle spreads its wings in majestic symmetry, a symbol of enduring strength that resonated deeply during a period of national soul-searching. Over 136 million of these quarters poured from the presses, entering the bloodstream of commerce, tucked into lunch money envelopes, dropped into toll booths, exchanged at baseball card shops and record stores, each one bearing silent witness to the era's soundtrack of Motown hits, Woodstock memories, and the quiet determination of everyday people pushing forward. Most endured the rough journey of circulation, their reeded edges softening, surfaces dulling under the friction of countless exchanges, but a vanishingly small number escaped that fate, locked away early by forward-thinking savers or simply overlooked in drawers, emerging decades later with mirror-like fields, razor-sharp details, and that unmistakable cartwheel luster that signals untouched brilliance. The allure lies in this contrast. A coin so plentiful in worn form becomes extraordinarily elusive in pristine state, where even minor bag marks or hairlines can disqualify a piece from elite status. For collectors, it's more than acquisition. It's an emotional pilgrimage, a way to connect with the spirit of resilience that characterized the 1970s, to feel the pulse of innovation in the mint's adaptation to new alloys, and to savor the thrill of owning something that defies the ordinary through sheer conditioned sensus dominance. This psychological bond, rooted in patience, discernment, and a love for American legacy, fuels bidding wars at major auctions, where experts scrutinize every angle under high magnification, celebrating the subtle mastery of die preparation and striking that elevates one coin above all others. It's this pursuit of perfection that justifies the remarkable standing these top specimens hold, where a high-grade 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark achieves a strong $155,000 in the market, affirming the profound value placed on its rarity and pristine preservation. In embracing one today, you secure more than a coin. You hold a piece of living history whose limited survivors ensure its place among the most revered treasures, drawing passionate admirers forever onward in their quest to preserve the past. Next up, the 1971 Washington quarter without a mint mark draws you into the quiet aftermath of a monumental shift in American coin production, a year when the nation was still adjusting to life without silver in its pocket change, and the mint was quietly refining its approach to mass output. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the very heart of U.S. numismatics since the days of the Founding Fathers, this coin carries no mark to declare its origin, a holdover from policies meant to discourage hoarding during the silver crisis years. Over 109 million rolled out, joining the torrent of clad quarters that kept vending machines humming and kids buying comic books after school in an America riding the wave of economic recovery and social change. George Washington's familiar, steady profile graces the obverse, his gaze forward with quiet authority. "In God We Trust," inscribed above like an enduring pledge, while the reverse eagle stands vigilant, wings wide, arrows and olive branch in balance, a design that has symbolized national resolve since the 1930s. These quarters flowed into everyday life during a time of Watergate headlines beginning to simmer, moon mission echoes fading, and families navigating inflation with careful budgets. They changed hands at diners serving greasy burgers, in arcade games buzzing with pinball sounds, and slipped into church collection plates, each one accumulating the subtle scars of use that tell of real American stories. Yet the overwhelming majority wore down quickly, their luster fading under friction, details softening from constant exchange, leaving only an infinitesimal number to retain that fresh-from-the-press brilliance, surfaces smooth as glass, every hair on Washington's head and feather on the eagle perfectly defined, free from even the tiniest contact mark. This survival rate creates a profound rarity in gem condition, where the coin transcends its common origins to become a testament to meticulous preservation and the fleeting perfection possible in high-volume striking. Enthusiasts are pulled in by the emotional weight of it all, the satisfaction of rescuing a piece from obscurity, the sense of stewardship over a slice of 1970s history. The shared excitement at shows where people lean in close to admire strike sharpness and cartwheel flash, bonding over the pursuit of conditioned census pieces that represent the pinnacle of what the mint could achieve in that era. It's a collector's quiet triumph, knowing that patience and knowledge can transform an ordinary quarter into something extraordinary, fueling dedication that goes far beyond profit to embrace heritage and craftsmanship. Those who chase the absolute finest examples understand that such flawless preservation is what sets these apart, drawing serious attention and reflecting the deep respect for scarcity born from abundance. A top-grade 1971 Washington quarter without a mint mark stands strong in the market at $235,000, a clear marker of how rarity in pristine form elevates historical significance to exceptional levels. At its core, this coin endures as a symbol of quiet perseverance, its limited survivors ensuring that collector passion will keep its legacy alive and demand steady for decades to follow. Next up, step back to 1980, a year when America was turning the page on the 1970s with renewed energy, Reagan on the horizon, technology accelerating, and the U.S. Mint making a historic decision that forever changed how we identify its coins. For the first time since the early days, Philadelphia quarters received a P mint mark placed proudly to the right of Washington's neck on the obverse, signaling the end of unmarked Philadelphia issues and a new era of transparency in production. This 1980 P. Washington quarter emerged from that pivotal moment, its clad composition gleaming under factory lights as over 635 million were produced to meet the needs of a growing, cash-dependent society. Washington's portrait remains timeless on the front, strong jaw, neatly tied hair, the word liberty curving gracefully, while the reverse eagle commands attention with its symmetrical power, enduring emblem of freedom that resonated through an age of economic optimism and cultural shifts like MTV's launch and personal computers entering homes. These quarters dove into circulation with enthusiasm, tucked into wallets for fast food runs, dropped into parking meters in bustling cities, exchanged at swap meets and video arcades, each one carrying the pulse of early 1980s life, from disco fading to new wave rising, from gas lines easing to dreams of prosperity expanding. They traveled far and wide, enduring the daily grind that dulled most examples, softening reeds, introducing fine scratches, and muting that initial shine until only a rare handful remained untouched, their fields mirroring like polished chrome, devices crisp with full detail, and luster rolling like waves under light. The true magic unfolds in that extreme condition rarity. Despite enormous numbers struck, achieving gem or superb gem status demands near impossible avoidance of bag marks, handling lines, or planchet flaws, turning these into modern keys that captivate serious numismatists. Collectors are hooked by the narrative here, the thrill of owning the inaugural P-marked quarter in flawless state, the emotional tie to a transitional decade, the camaraderie of debating eye appeal and die polish at conventions where every magnification reveals new appreciation for the mint's evolving artistry. This drive stems from a profound value system, honoring innovation, celebrating survival against odds, and building legacies through careful curation, where the quest for perfection becomes a personal journey of discovery and pride. It's what propels top specimens into the spotlight, where their unmatched quality commands respect and reflects the timeless appeal of American numismatic excellence. In today's marketplace, a high-grade 1980 Washington quarter with the P mint mark confidently reaches $165,000, highlighting the extraordinary premium on its historical milestone and pristine survival. Ultimately, this coin represents more than metal. It embodies a turning point preserved forever, its scarcity guaranteeing that dedicated collectors will continue to seek out, ensuring its story and value shine brightly through the years ahead. Next up, the 1981 Washington quarter with the P mint mark pulls you into the early 1980s like a time capsule sealed in copper-nickel, a period when America was shaking off economic stagnation and embracing fresh momentum under new leadership on the horizon. This was the second full year that Philadelphia proudly stamped its P on circulating quarters, a small but meaningful change that marked the permanent return of mint identifiers after decades of absence on Philly issues, symbolizing greater accountability and pride in the coinage process. Struck in enormous quantities, more than 601 million pieces, these quarters flooded the nation at a time when personal computers were just starting to appear in offices, cable television was exploding with channels, and families were pinching pennies amid lingering inflation. George Washington stares out with his characteristic composure on the obverse, the P nestled neatly to the right of his neck like a quiet signature of origin, while the reverse eagle remains a steadfast guardian, its wings fully extended in a pose that conveys unyielding strength and the hope for balanced prosperity. They entered the flow of life seamlessly, handed as change at fast food counters serving the first wave of drive-through culture, dropped into jukeboxes playing early MTV hits, tucked into piggy banks by kids dreaming of arcade games, each coin absorbing the everyday friction of a society in transition, from excitement of space shuttle launches to the quiet worries of job security. Most succumb to that relentless use, their once vibrant luster dimming, reeded edges wearing smooth, surfaces collecting microscopic abrasions from pockets and cash drawers, leaving behind a landscape where truly pristine survivors are astonishingly few. The rarity here isn't in the mintage, it's in the battle against time and handling. Achieving superb gem condition means dodging every potential flaw during production and storage, resulting in coins that gleam with full original mint frost, sharp devices, and flawless fields that reflect light like liquid silver. Collectors connect on a visceral level with this piece, the emotional satisfaction of claiming a coin from an overlooked era, the pride in preserving what so many overlooked, the shared wonder at coin club meetings where stories unfold about the mint's evolving standards and the artistry that still shines through modern clad. It's a reminder that value often hides in the ordinary, waiting for those with sharp eyes and patient hearts to recognize the exceptional within the abundant, sparking a collector's fire rooted in curiosity, respect for craftsmanship, and the joy of discovery. That intense pursuit of the ultimate example, where every detail from Washington's hair strands to the eagle's tiniest feather stands perfect, fuels the dedication that elevates these top-tier survivors to legendary status among enthusiasts. A high-grade 1981 Washington quarter with the P mint mark naturally commands $175,000 in today's market, a testament to how supreme condition transforms historical everyday money into a prized emblem of numismatic excellence. In the long run, its story of survival amid plenty ensures that scarcity will only deepen, keeping the passion of dedicated collectors burning bright and securing its cherished position for future generations to admire and pursue. Next up, the 1982 Washington quarter bearing the P mint mark emerged from the Philadelphia Mint during a unique window when no official mint sets were produced at all, a budget-cutting decision by the government that left far fewer high-quality, uncirculated examples preserved compared to surrounding years. Over 500 million were struck, 500 million plus. Yet that very abundance masked a hidden scarcity in top grades, as most quarters plunged straight into circulation without the benefit of special packaging or collector hoarding. Washington's portrait continues its dignified watch on the obverse, the bold P proudly displayed as a marker of this transitional era in mint marking, paired with the timeless reverse eagle, whose symmetrical power echoed the nation's growing confidence. These coins became part of the fabric of daily 1980s existence, used to buy cassette tapes at record stores, pay for phone calls from booths on busy streets, slipped into tip jars at diners serving the latest fad foods, each one carrying the energy of a decade defined by ambition, innovation, and the subtle shift toward a digital future. The harsh reality of constant circulation took its toll, bag marks from mint handling, hairline scratches from repeated exchanges, luster fading under the grind, making flawless pieces extraordinarily elusive, almost as if the mint itself conspired to create a modern key date through sheer neglect of collector channels. In pristine, superb gem condition, these quarters reveal breathtaking qualities. Intense cartwheel luster spinning under light, razor-sharp strikes that capture every nuance of Flanagan original design, and surfaces so immaculate they seem suspended in time. For those who collect with heart, this coin stirs something profound, the exhilaration of conquering a challenge others dismissed, the emotional bond to an era of reinvention, the camaraderie among aficionados who pore over population reports and auction archives, celebrating the rare triumphs where perfection defied the odds. It's about more than owning metal. It's embracing the values of perseverance, insight, and reverence for American heritage that turn a once common quarter into a symbol of enduring triumph over adversity. This collector psychology, fueled by the thrill of rarity in the modern age, drives relentless demand for the finest specimens, where condition becomes the ultimate differentiator in a series otherwise defined by high mintages. Such elite examples confidently achieve $265,000 in the marketplace, underscoring the extraordinary esteem reserved for coins that represent the peak of preservation and historical intrigue. Above all, this 1982 piece stands as a powerful reminder that true scarcity often emerges not from low production but from the passage of time and the dedication of those who safeguard the past, ensuring its allure and collector fervor will only strengthen as the years unfold. Next up, the 1985 Washington Quarter with the P Mint mark beckons you to explore a chapter of American coinage where sheer volume met unexpected resistance from perfection, creating one of the most intriguing modern keys in the Washington series. In that mid-1980s landscape, when the economy was surging forward with falling interest rates, personal fitness crazes swept the nation, and blockbuster films like Back to the Future captured imaginations, this coin poured out of the Philadelphia Mint in overwhelming numbers, exceeding 775 million pieces to satisfy a cash-hungry public. The P mark, firmly placed beside Washington's neck, proudly announced its birthplace at the original U.S. Mint facility, a place steeped in over 2 centuries of crafting the nation's money through every triumph and trial. On the obverse, Washington's profile remains eternally composed, eyes fixed ahead with the quiet leadership that has defined him since Flanagan Design debuted. In God We Trust, etched above as a constant reminder of core principles amid changing times. The reverse eagle holds its classic pose, wings spread in vigilant symmetry, arrows and olive branch balanced to reflect the enduring American ideal of strength tempered by peace. These quarters became ubiquitous companions in daily routines, paying for Walkman cassettes at mall record stores, fueling arcade games with their satisfying clink, buying groceries during the rise of big box shopping, each one passing through hands that never suspected its future significance. Yet the flood of production worked against long-term survival in elite condition. Most quarters endured relentless circulation, bouncing in cash registers, rubbing in jean pockets, accumulating faint marks from vending machines, until their original brilliance dulled and details softened. What elevates this coin to rarity is the sheer difficulty of preserving it untouched. Superb gem examples demand flawless planchets, impeccable strikes, and zero post-mint damage, resulting in mirror-like fields, explosive cartwheel luster, and razor-sharp features that few achieved even fresh from bags. Collectors are captivated by this paradox, abundance breeding scarcity in the highest grades, stirring a deep emotional resonance, the joy of spotting overlooked potential, the fulfillment of safeguarding a piece from an optimistic era, the connection felt when holding something that encapsulates the 1980s spirit of renewal and ambition. At conventions and online forums, enthusiasts trade tales of the hunt, magnifying every nuance of luster and strike quality, united by a shared reverence for the mint's craftsmanship and the quiet heroism of preservation. This passion, rooted in appreciation for conditions' census dominance and historical context, propels intense competition for the absolute finest, where survival against overwhelming odds becomes a personal victory. A top-grade 1985 Washington Quarter with the P Mint mark confidently realizes $155,000 in the current market, a figure that speaks volumes about the premium attached to its exceptional preservation and the allure of modern rarity. Ultimately, this coin's power endures through its improbable scarcity in pristine form, a living link to an era of possibility that continues to draw devoted collectors onward, ensuring its value and emotional hold remain strong well into the future. Next up, the 1988 Washington Quarter marked with a bold D below Washington's bust emerged from that rugged Colorado facility. A site born from the 19th century gold rush and long dedicated to turning raw metal into symbols of national progress. Over 663 million of these quarters were struck, a testament to the mint's efficiency in meeting demand during a time of consumer confidence and technological leaps like compact discs replacing vinyl. Washington's dignified features anchor the obverse, strong features framed by neatly tied hair, the D serving as a subtle badge of Denver's craftsmanship, while the reverse eagle commands respect with its widespread wings and balanced emblems, a design that had weathered decades yet still evoked pride in every transaction. These coins integrated seamlessly into the rhythm of 1988 life, handed as tips at bustling restaurants, used to play pinball in neon-lit arcades, dropped into parking meters outside new shopping malls, each one witnessing the small moments that built the decade's momentum. Circulation proved unforgiving though. Constant handling introduced bag marks, hairlines from careless storage, and where that eroded the once perfect luster, making truly pristine survivors feel like hidden treasures unearthed from a sea of ordinary pieces. The real intrigue lies in the grade ceiling. Achieving MS 67 or beyond requires dodging every production imperfection and post-strike flaw, yielding coins with intense frost, full detail in Washington's curls and the eagle's plumage, and that hypnotic spin of luster that signals elite status. For collectors, this coin ignites a special fire, the exhilaration of pursuing a recognized tough date in clad series, the emotional satisfaction of owning a piece from a transitional late 1980s America, the bond formed in collector circles where discussions center on population rarity, eye appeal, and the dedication needed to secure top examples. It's a testament to perseverance, recognizing that even in high mintage eras, perfection remains elusive, rewarding those who study, hunt, and preserve with something profoundly meaningful. That collector drive, blending knowledge, patience, and reverence for American numismatic heritage, creates fierce demand for the cream of the crop, where condition tells the story of triumph over time. A high-grade 1988 Washington quarter with the D mint mark stands tall at $205,000 in today's marketplace, reflecting the deep respect earned by its scarcity in superb form and its place among modern challenges. In the end, this quarter transcends its origins, becoming a beacon of enduring rarity and passionate pursuit, its limited elite survivors guaranteeing that collector enthusiasm and lasting value will carry forward for generations yet to come.